In the heart of London's wealthiest district, where money hides every flaw and appearances are worth more than truth, a wedding unfolds. A palace of flowers, marble, and chandeliers sets the stage for a love story, or so it seems. But beneath the glitter, one woman in yellow gloves sees what no one else dares to notice. The wedding hall gleamed like a palace borrowed from a dream. Marble floors stretched out like mirrors, carrying the glow of crystal chandeliers that scattered light across every polished surface. White roses, thousands of them, climbed the walls, filling the air with their delicate perfume. Laughter rose and fell in waves, sparkling like champagne bubbles in tall glasses. A wealthy groom, a flawless bride, a celebration fit for the glossy pages of society magazines. For most, it was perfection. For one woman, it was just another workday. Ruth. Her yellow gloves shone faintly under the chandeliers. Her blue uniform blended into the background as though the world had been painted to make her invisible. For 6 long years, she had risen before dawn to scrub every inch of this Belgravia mansion. She knew its secrets, the soft groan of the staircase, the locks that stuck in winter, the hairline cracks hidden behind expensive wallpaper. At home, however, her own world was less polished. Rent notices piled up like accusations on the kitchen table. Her children's hopeful eyes looked up at her each morning as she promised them more than she could ever seem to give. And still, she kissed their foreheads, walked them to school with a smile that hid her exhaustion, and came here, back to this house of glittering wealth, to polish silver that was never hers. The family barely noticed her. To them, she was background, furniture, all except the groom, Edward. He remembered her name. He greeted her with warmth. He looked at her, truly looked, without the veil of class or status. That small kindness had been enough to make her days bearable. Enough to remind her she was human in a place that tried to make her otherwise. But that morning, as the orchestra rehearsed and the guests settled into their seats, Ruth's world shifted. From the bride's room came laughter. Not the sweet, practiced kind the guests adored, but sharp, cruel, real. She froze, cloth still in her hand. The bride's voice cut through the perfumed air. "I don't love him. I want his money. My boyfriend will get the rest when it's done." The words burned. Ruth's heart slammed against her chest. She was just a cleaner. Invisible. Who would ever believe her if she spoke? Her mother's voice rose from memory, soft but firm. "Our truth may be invisible, but it is still true." The music swelled. Guests leaned forward in eager anticipation. Edward stood at the altar, smiling with the calm certainty of a man who believed in love. Ruth's hands trembled. Her throat felt tight. But something inside her, something stronger than fear, told her she could not stay silent. She breathed deep, and stepped forward. Stopped the wedding. The hall shattered into silence. Every head turned. The bride's painted smile faltered, her mask slipping under the weight of the words. Edward blinked, confusion and hurt washing across his face. Ruth stood tall, her voice steady. She spoke the truth, each syllable a blade that cut through the glittering facade. The bride's eyes darted, searching for escape, but the whispers spread like fire. Gasps filled the air. Faces turned. Edward looked at Ruth, and in her eyes he saw it, pure, unshakable honesty. The wedding collapsed. The lie was exposed. Later, long after the roses had wilted and the chandeliers dimmed, Edward found her in the quiet. His voice was low, almost reverent. "You risked everything for me," he said. "I'll never forget this." For the first time in years, Ruth wasn't invisible. She wasn't just the cleaner in yellow glove. She was the woman who told the truth. The woman who shattered a lie. The woman who, with nothing but courage, changed her world forever. When the roses were cleared and the music had faded, the memory of the day remained not of a perfect wedding, but of a single voice that refused to be silenced. Ruth's courage proved that even the quietest truth could break through the loudest lie. She came as a cleaner, invisible in the crowd, but left as the woman who changed everything.